and it's all we're going to be editing it later or whatever, so you don't have to worry about like take two or anything like that.
Hi, I'm Ryan Begelman. You might remember me from such self-help videos as
What to do
Hi.
having a bad trip? How to find a drum instructor near you?
Are you familiar with djembe African drums? Uh,
Okay, so just whenever you're ready, you go. I'm going to mute myself. You go ahead and start, and I may ask you questions once you're kind of done.
all right, sounds good. All right, I'm Ryan Begelman, and I helped found the company Summit Series, which is a gathering for all kinds of leaders across all kinds of spectrums and industries that I started in 2008 and grew to an organization that had over 20 million in revenue and gathered all kinds of incredible people in a series of events. All kinds of amazing minds who come speak, from Bezos to Branson to Shonda Rhimes and Jessica Alba and Reed Hastings and many others. And we built that into this organization that also owned a ski resort in Utah called Powder Mountain. And while building that, I also was CEO of a company called BizNow, which became the largest publisher and events business for the commercial real estate industry, and sold that to a private equity firm for over $50 million in 2016. And and also helped start a $30 million venture fund. And I mentioned all that as if to say that I have some credibility, but really was not at all a credible person as a coach until I met Bryan, who I reached out to when I had this aspiration of becoming an executive coach. And Bryan really transformed things for me. In the process, from the day I met Bryan, when I had one client, within 4 months, I overachieved my goal, which was to have more than 10 coaching clients. And within 6 months, I was up to 18 clients. And I've now been coaching for a year and a half. And to my amazement, I still have all of my clients now, many of them approaching a year and a half with me. And it's just been incredible. I see Bryan every month for now, going on over 18 months. And it's just been incredibly transformative for me. I have learned countless models for coaching and so many ways of helping my clients transform and heal and level up and achieve goals and make better, more comprehensive decisions, perform better. And so much of that has been with the support of Bryan. And so, what else can I share about that? How's
Uh,
that?
that's great. So, what's one specific thing that made a difference for you?
Yeah, very quickly, Bryan identified this one pattern that I had that showed up in all of my relationships, especially those relationships that would really, where there was a lot at stake, and where I might feel anxious. And just this one insight, and not only the insight, but the tools to deal with this, and the way to reverse some of those patterns, and to take what was in kind of my shadow, kind of the area that was outside my awareness, and bring it into my awareness, and find ways to heal and to integrate and to have skills to actually do something about this. He kind of walked me through and supported me through that entire thing. And not only has it been extremely powerful in transforming my life, but it's a pattern I now recognize in a number of my clients, and have helped them heal and transform in the same way that Bryan helped me. And so it's just, it's been one of the most instrumental things that's happened to me in my life. I'm just eternally grateful to Bryan for that. And I know many of my clients are grateful for the way, this is part of what I love about coaching, is that, Bryan comes and helps me, and then I turn around and help my clients. And it's like this virtuous cycle where I'm developing a greater sense of peace within myself, getting more skilled and becoming more aware. And in turn, my clients are experiencing more of the same. They're experiencing greater sense of peace, and they're having more tools that they can then approach, the people they lead and the people they love and have, relate to. And so it's just wonderful having this kind of relationship. And yeah, I just can't say enough awesome things about everything that's emerged from that entire process and that relationship I've had with Bryan. So I'm like his biggest fan, if you can't tell.
What do you say about the relationship between, some of the things you learned about coaching and leading or managing companies and leading people?
Hmm. Man, when I think about what I could do with the tools, the awareness, the sense of presence, the ability to create space for people to open up, to heal, to be real, to be authentic, to share what they're really feeling, and to be able to like really hold people through the process of change, and provide tools, but also provide like a sense of comfort with me. I honestly, I'm embarrassed to think back at the kind of leader I was as a CEO in the various organizations that I ran. Despite all the success we had, and despite the exits we had, and despite the way that various proteges of mine grew and went on to even bigger things than they did with me, and despite being like an emotionally aware leader, or so I thought, um, the coaching habit, the ability to really not just advise people, but coach them. I don't think I really understood the difference between those things until I met Bryan. And not only in the way that, not only with the specific things he taught me, but just the way he models the behavior of a coach, has been so transformative that if I could go back and be a CEO again, with those tools and with the awareness that I now have, and also with the way I've healed parts of myself, and areas where I had low self-esteem and patterns that didn't really serve me or my team, things that triggered me that wouldn't trigger me now, it would just be a completely different ball game. It would be like playing four-dimensional chess, and so yeah, I mean, I would kill to go in a time machine, go back, have Bryan coach me while I was a CEO. And so I can only imagine, and I now know in a way what it's like, because I now coach my clients with, a lot of the awareness and tools Bryan's provided me. And I mean, it's unlocked literally hundreds of millions of dollars of value just in the last year for a variety of companies I'm helping. And it's just incredible what's possible. It's just, yeah, it's kind of mind-boggling, really. So yeah, I again can't recommend it enough.
And then if someone was on the fence or contemplating, improving their coaching craft with the Lifetime Trusted Advisor program, what might you say?
If you're on the fence about the program, given everything I just said, what would I say? I'd say get off the fence. Don't be an idiot. I mean, how much money could this really cost me? What are we talking about here? What is it, time? I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's like, I guess I can't download for you the experience I've had, but if I could, it would be a no-brainer. Like, it's just really that simple to me, because it's just been so valuable working with Bryan. And I there's like my life before Bryan, and then everything that's happened since. And I mean this in the sincerest way. Like, I can't really provide for you that whole, experience, but I've had many amazing experiences and met many incredible people that have helped me over the years, but this has honestly been one of the most transformative things I've done. And so I don't know, maybe just my enthusiasm can convey it, but it's just obvious to me that it's so valuable. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, if it's anything less than I don't know, 40,000 a month, I'd be in, like, it's just like that simple for me, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to be, it's just a feeling, really.
That's perfect. I totally have everything I need. That's awesome. I really appreciate, Ryan, you being willing to do this and squeeze me in and stuff today. So I know you had a lot
Of
going on.
course, I'm excited. I don't even know the extent of what you're doing, but I have a call in
But,
2 minutes. So
so
I
it's like a
can't hear it
10-month program for 10 grand.
I love it. How many people are you trying to get into it?
We want to do this the pilot. We want to do like 20 to 30, somewhere in that range.
So like 200 to 300 grand, 10 months.
And then next year blow it up to
How
like,
many people might you do next year?
it's like 200 or 500, something like that.
Wow. So you're talking about like 2 to 5 million.
Yeah.
Sounds sick.
Yeah, totally. And part of the plan is to basically, we're pitching it to companies that have coaching as part of their fulfillment, so just put all their coaches through it so that everybody knows how to take the insight that the company's providing and actually make it stick.
Dude, it's such a no-brainer, man. I wish my team would understand coach. I wish I understood coaching. It's just not. I just didn't even really. I almost didn't even know it was a skill that I needed. I just understood. I understood management and leadership kind of.
Yeah.
I definitely knew a lot about management. I knew a little bit about leadership. I thought I knew about leadership, but I knew a little bit. But there's such a difference between that and coaching, and like the spaciousness that is possible, and like the depth of the relationship that's possible in proper coaching. That, yeah, it's so powerful. I would have put all my, if I am still running any of my companies, I would put them all through it. It's just a no brainer.
Yep.
So I think it's smart what you're doing.
I'm excited. Plus, we should talk about putting you in there so you learn all the extra tools that we don't ever have time to talk about, since we're talking about your relationship all the time.